Welcome to Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. I'm going to give you an update about our chicken operation.
My new chickens, those three over there.
So it was over a year ago that my son and I got together and started talking about chickens. He has some property south of here. We call that Black Gumbo Southern Gardening's south. And he wanted to raise some hens. He wanted some eggs and to get into a little bit of homesteading. But we don't know anything about chickens, and we've never had poultry, and he'd never been involved in anything like that. So I asked you guys, I asked my community here at my channel for advice, where to look, what to do, how to learn, and man, you guys came through like I mean, it was awesome. You had all kinds of good advice, all kinds of good channels to learn from. And so my son took up your advice and learned from YouTube University, is what I call it, and began to talk to chicken people. It's been, what, a year and a half?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about these chickens.
Well, I got chickens because I wanted ethical eggs with chickens that were happy and treated good. And so I got chickens, and I've learned a lot the hard way, and I've learned a lot from people online, but I've really kind of got my my chicken tending narrowed down as much as I possibly can. And I currently have 27. I have 27 birds, and I take care of them and get a whole bunch of eggs in less than an hour a week. And
how do you do that? How do you do an hour a week?
So a few things to meet their needs. To meet the needs of the birds, they need shelter and safety. They need food and water, and I mean that's really all they need. So I work in a restaurant. I manage a breakfast and lunch restaurant 6 days a week. So I take a 5-gallon bucket to work, and I scrape all of the empty plates that people leave behind, and I bring it home. It's almost full every single day, and I just drop it out here. Sometimes a new spot every day, and I never have to go to the feed store. Certainly, if you want to, supplement your bird's diet with certain, calcium or other vitamins, you can definitely do that. But I don't, and I get a lot of eggs. So
and that's all. That's pretty much all they eat.
An exclusive restaurant diet.
Free food. Huh?
Yes. So they eat really good. They're really happy, and they love it. And then they don't always eat everything, and so whatever is left behind just kind of decays in place and, sinks down into the ground, and will hopefully one day become nutrients for something I might grow back here if I decide to garden on this little plot back here.
This is like mighty rich soil with all the chicken manure and with all the composting in place that's going on, so yeah.
So anyway, my chicken coop is just an old shed. I didn't really use it for much. I got out here and I just cleaned it out. It already had a shelf in place where, made out of 2x4s, 3 strips of 2x4s, so it was perfect for them to roost on. As long as they're off the ground, that's really what you want with chickens, is for them to be off the ground. And as long as they're up, they're going to be happy. They'll just, when I first got my chickens outside, I put them in the brooder inside and from day-old chicks. Yeah. When I moved them outside, I locked them in the chicken coop for 2 weeks. And 2 weeks straight, I didn't let them out for any reason. I kept them fed and watered inside, but no reason did they go outside. And a lot of people might think that's a little extreme, but they're birds, they're gonna be all right, and that teaches them where their home is. Chickens are homebodies. They like to stay close to home and be somewhere that they feel safe and that's familiar. And when you teach them that that's their home, they stick around. So my birds don't go far, even though they can. I really try to stay on top of clipping their wings, but it gets away from me a lot of times. And even when they fly over the fence, they don't go very far and they come back very quickly.
What's with Donald?
Donald's my guard goose, or at least that was the idea. He was supposed to be the guard goose.
He doesn't do his job.
He really only alerts me when the puppies try and get in here and eat a chicken or something like that.
Well,
the idea was for him to alert me over, any kind of predators that might get in here, but he just gets mad over everything. So
yeah, he's kind of permanently angry, but he's buddying up to me today a little bit.
Well, and he's really entertaining, so he can stick around.
Right. Awesome.
So anyway, when I brought them out here, I locked them all in the coop and kept them there for 2 weeks. And now, every night as the sun goes down, they put themselves away. They all go back into their coop on their own. And I know this is probably not how most people do it, but I don't even close the doors on my coop. I keep my doors open at night. We haven't had any issues with predators going into the coop. I have dogs. I have Donald. I have everything. All the chickens like roosting up high enough where most of the ground level predators aren't going to get them unless they can climb. And we really just haven't had issues with that. I know that might be just luck. It might be our area, but it's not an issue for us.
Awesome.
So for watering, for waterfowl, I have to have water for them to bathe in. So I have 2 kiddie pools that they use to bathe in. And what I learned is that even with the fancy waterers and all of the containers you can put water in to try and keep clean, fresh water for the chickens, they don't want it. They just come here and drink out of this. I come out here every Monday and I collect all of my eggs once a week. Eggs have a protective coating on them when they're laid called the bloom that keeps them from rotting and going bad at natural temperatures for upwards of 1 to 2 months. So I don't collect every day, I collect once a week. That saves me a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of energy coming out here every day trying to find all these eggs. So on my days that I come out here and I collect eggs, I also change out the water. Changing it once a week, it's just perpetually gross, but that's inevitable because you have waterfowl and you have dirty birds. As you can see, it's already dirty, and I changed this water yesterday. So, it's kind of gross, but the chickens don't mind, and maybe it builds their immune system. So.
What y'all doing in the banana patch?
So in summary, the quick idea behind how I run this in as few hours as possible. I feed them once a day. I just come out and dump food. That's all I do on a daily basis, and then on a weekly basis I come out here and I change their water and I collect their eggs. I don't put them up at night. They put themselves up at night. That saves me a lot of time. You just teach them how to do that by locking them in for an extended period of time. And then the last thing that saves me a lot of time is just the deep litter method in my coop. If you're not familiar with that, it is one of the most popular and most common ways to handle bedding inside a chicken coop. And it makes it to where you only have to clean out your chicken coop once every 6 to 12 months. So that's how I manage my chickens in less than an hour a week.
Wow. Just a year ago, we didn't know anything about chickens. I still don't know a whole lot about them, but my son has become quite knowledgeable about his hens, and man, every time we go down there, those birds are so happy. They're plump, they're producing lots and lots of eggs, they're being kept safe, and I know that chicken methods can be controversial. That different people have different ideas on methodologies of raising chickens. So, if you have a different way of doing it, that's great. This is the way my son has streamlined his operation to be low work, low impact, high volume of eggs. But we have so many eggs we can't eat them all, and he gives them away, and there's just tons and tons of eggs. And they're very healthy eggs and very delicious eggs. So that's how we're doing chickens down there. That's how my son has become basically a homesteader. So if you have any comments, leave them below. I mean, this is not a gardening topic per se, but it's related, and you'll be seeing our poultry on the channel quite often because, our sugarcane patch is growing right in the chicken area. And we're down there a lot doing fruit trees this year. We're going to grow some fruit trees on his property. And you'll be seeing more of Black Gumbo Southern Garden South. Thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe, please. And happy gardening to you. Bye-bye.